Have you ever wondered how a single civilization could shape the world for millennia, leaving a legacy so profound that it still echoes today? Welcome to the history of China, a story of resilience, innovation, and mystery. From the mystical origins of its ancient dynasties to the awe-inspiring advancements that defined an era, China's tale is unlike any other. But what secrets lie hidden within its walls, its mountains, and its culture? What pivotal moments have shaped its destiny? Get ready to embark on a journey through time as we unveil the secrets of one of the world's most ancient civilizations. Stay tuned, because this is not just history, it's a saga of epic proportions. Our journey begins over 5,000 years ago along the legendary Yellow River, often referred to as the cradle of Chinese civilization. This river, meandering through the heart of ancient China, nurtured early settlements with its fertile banks and abundant resources. It wasn't just a river, it was a lifeline, inspiring the development of agriculture, with millet and rice becoming staples. These early communities also domesticated animals, paving the way for sustainable living. Yet, life here wasn't idyllic. The Yellow River's notorious floods often threatened their existence, earning it the nickname, China's Sorrow. But how did these early settlers overcome such immense challenges? They innovated. By building primitive irrigation systems and creating dikes, they harnessed the river's power rather than succumbing to its wrath. Did you know that these engineering feats laid the groundwork for the sophisticated hydraulic systems of later Chinese dynasties? Moreover, the mythical Xia dynasty, long considered mere legend, is now supported by archaeological discoveries. Unearthed tools, pottery, and evidence of early cities reveal how these people built structured societies rooted in family and community. Their resilience wasn't just survival, it was a spark of something extraordinary. Could it be that their innovations seeded the greatness of future Chinese civilizations? As their societies flourished, they transitioned from simple settlements into complex states. Next, we explore the rise of the Shang dynasty and its profound cultural impact on the world. The Shang dynasty, which emerged around 1600 BCE, was a beacon of innovation. With their mastery of bronze metallurgy, the Shang produced weapons, tools, and ceremonial vessels, many of which were beautifully decorated and symbolized their dominance. But their innovations didn't stop there. They developed one of China's earliest writing systems, carving intricate characters onto oracle bones to record events, predict the future, and honor ancestors. Did you know these oracle bones are among the earliest forms of written history in the world? The Shang's religious practices were equally remarkable. Their elaborate rituals, designed to connect with their ancestors in the heavens, showcased a belief system that tied the spiritual and earthly realms together. This legacy carried forward into the Zhou dynasty, which brought an even greater ideological breakthrough, the mandate of heaven. This revolutionary concept proclaimed that a ruler's legitimacy came from divine approval but could be revoked if they failed their people. Imagine the pressure of ruling under such a premise. The Zhou didn't just philosophize, they acted. Their feudal system of governance allowed for the delegation of power, which became a model for future dynasties. How did this delicate balance of ideology and governance shape China's political evolution? The seeds of dynastic cycles were sown here, influencing Chinese history for millennia. Coming up, we'll delve into the Warring States period, where ideas clashed, philosophers rose, and conflicts reshaped the Chinese landscape forever. By the 5th century BCE, China entered one of its most tumultuous eras, the Warring States period. Imagine a time of constant conflict, where 7 powerful states vied for supremacy over the Chinese heartland. These were not mere battles of armies but also of ideas, as some of history's greatest minds emerged during this era. Did you know that Confucius, the philosopher whose teachings continued to shape societies worldwide, lived during this transformative period? His principles of filial piety, governance, and ethics gained traction as states sought to create order amidst chaos. At the same time, other philosophies like Taoism, advocating harmony with nature, and legalism, emphasizing strict laws, offered contrasting visions for stability. These competing ideologies created a rich tapestry of intellectual exploration. Yet, the Warring States weren't just an age of thought, it was a time of monumental technological and military advancements. Iron weapons and crossbows gave armies unprecedented power, while defensive strategies like fortifications hinted at the eventual construction of the Great Wall. How did these innovations set the stage for unification? Next, we'll uncover the rise of a leader who would end the chaos and reshape China forever, the first emperor, Qin Shi Huang, and his quest to build an empire. Out of the chaos of the warring states emerged a visionary leader, Qin Shi Huang, who would become China's first emperor. Born as Ying Zheng, he ascended to the throne of the Qin state at a young age, ultimately leading it to conquer its rivals and unify China in 221 BCE. But his rule wasn't just about conquest, it was about transformation. Qin Shi Huang standardized weights, measures, currency, and even the writing system, uniting a fractured land into a cohesive empire. His ambitions also extended to monumental construction projects. Did you know he ordered the construction of the earliest version of the Great Wall to defend against nomadic invaders? This feat alone required immense resources and manpower, but it symbolized the strength of a unified China. Yet, his reign was not without controversy. His authoritarian approach, guided by legalist principles, led to harsh laws and punishments. Imagine living in a world where even minor infractions could result in severe consequences. Qin Shi Huang also sought to secure his legacy by building a vast mausoleum guarded by the famed terracotta army, an unparalleled archaeological wonder. As the Qin dynasty fell, it paved the way for the Han dynasty to flourish. Coming up, we'll explore how the Han created a golden age of innovation and culture. Out of the chaos of the warring states emerged a visionary leader, Qin Shi Huang, who would become China's first emperor. Born as Ying Zheng, he ascended to the throne of the Qin state at a young age, ultimately leading it to conquer its rivals and unify China in 221 BCE. But his rule wasn't just about conquest, it was about transformation. Qin Shi Huang standardized weights, measures, currency, and even the writing system, uniting a fractured land into a cohesive empire. His ambitions also extended to monumental construction projects. Did you know he ordered the construction of the earliest version of the Great Wall to defend against nomadic invaders? This feat alone required immense resources and manpower, but it symbolized the strength of a unified China. Yet, his reign was not without controversy. His authoritarian approach, guided by legalist principles, led to harsh laws and punishments. Imagine living in a world where even minor infractions could result in severe consequences. Qin Shi Huang also sought to secure his legacy by building a vast mausoleum guarded by the famed terracotta army, an unparalleled archaeological wonder. As the Qin dynasty fell, it paved the way for the Han dynasty to flourish. Coming up, we'll explore how the Han created a golden age of innovation and culture. Despite its grandeur, the Han dynasty was not immune to decline. By the 2nd century CE, corruption, heavy taxation, and natural disasters had eroded the empire's stability. Peasant uprisings, such as the Yellow Turban Rebellion, shook the foundations of Han rule, marking the beginning of the end for this once mighty dynasty. Did you know that this rebellion was one of the largest in ancient history, involving hundreds of thousands of people? As the central authority weakened, regional warlords rose to power, plunging China into chaos. This era of fragmentation led to the formation of three rival kingdoms, Wei, Shu, and Wu. Known as the Three Kingdoms period, this time is legendary in Chinese history, inspiring epic tales of heroism, betrayal, and strategy. Figures like Zhuge Liang, the brilliant strategist, and Guan Yu, revered as a god of war, became immortalized in Chinese culture. The Three Kingdoms period wasn't just about warfare, it was a crucible of innovation. Military tactics advanced, and literary works like the Records of the Three Kingdoms preserved the history and drama of the time. What lessons did China learn from this tumultuous period of division and rivalry? As the dust of war settled, a new dynasty arose. Next, we'll explore the unification and cultural renaissance under the Sui and Tang dynasties. After centuries of division, the Sui dynasty emerged in 581 CE to reunify China. Although short-lived, the Sui laid the groundwork for one of China's most celebrated eras, the Tang dynasty. Did you know that during the Tang dynasty, China became one of the most advanced and cosmopolitan civilizations in the world? The Sui's greatest achievement was the construction of the Grand Canal, a monumental engineering marvel that connected northern and southern China. This canal not only facilitated trade and agriculture but also unified the economy of the empire. Building upon this legacy, the Tang dynasty ushered in a golden age of art, literature, and diplomacy. Poets like Li Bai and Du Fu created works that continue to inspire today, while Chang'an, the Tang capital, became a thriving metropolis attracting scholars, merchants, and diplomats from across Asia, the Middle East, and even Europe. Imagine walking through bustling streets filled with colorful markets, foreign traders, and cultural exchanges. The Tang also advanced governance, introducing the imperial examination system that emphasized merit over lineage. Yet, even the brightest eras face shadows. Coming up, we'll delve into the decline of the Tang and the rise of a new force that would define China's medieval era, the Song dynasty. The Song dynasty, established in 960 CE, marked a new chapter in Chinese history. Though often overshadowed by military challenges, the Song era was a time of incredible innovation and cultural refinement. Did you know that the compass, movable type printing, and gunpowder all became prominent during this period? These breakthroughs not only changed China but also influenced the entire world. The Song rulers focused on building a stable and prosperous society. They prioritized education, art, and technology, resulting in remarkable achievements. The civil service examination system, refined during this period, created a highly skilled bureaucracy that governed efficiently. Cities like Kaifeng and Hangzhou flourished as centers of commerce, culture, and innovation. However, the Song faced persistent threats from northern invaders, such as the Khitan and Jurchen peoples. Despite their advanced military technology, including the use of gunpowder in warfare, the Song struggled to defend their borders. This period raises intriguing questions. How did the Song manage to thrive culturally despite constant external pressures? Next, we'll witness the rise of the Mongol Empire and the dramatic changes it brought to China under the Yuan dynasty. The Yuan dynasty, founded by the formidable Mongol ruler Kublai Khan in 1271, was a period of immense transformation for China. Under Mongol rule, China became part of one of the largest empires the world had ever seen, connecting vast regions from Europe to Asia. Did you know that Kublai Khan made Beijing his capital, transforming it into a political and cultural hub of the empire? The Yuan introduced significant changes, such as opening China to foreign influences and fostering trade along the Silk Road. Marco Polo, the Venetian traveler, famously visited Yuan China, describing its wealth and advanced society in his chronicles. But this era was not without its challenges. The Mongols, as foreign rulers, faced difficulties blending with Chinese traditions, creating tension between the ruling elite and the local population. The Yuan's governance was marked by both brilliance and brutality. They implemented innovative agricultural policies and supported the arts, yet their harsh taxation policies and reliance on military suppression left many discontented. What lessons can be learned from their rise and fall? As the Yuan dynasty weakened, a new force emerged from the shadows to reclaim China's sovereignty. Next, we'll explore the dawn of the Ming dynasty and its vision of restoring China's greatness. The fall of the Yuan dynasty paved the way for the Ming dynasty in 1368, a period marked by a resurgence of Chinese traditions and monumental achievements. The Ming rulers sought to erase the legacy of the Mongols, re-establishing Confucian principles and centralized governance. Did you know that the Great Wall, as we know it today, owes much of its construction to the Ming? Under the Ming, China became a global superpower of its time. The famous Admiral Zheng he embarked on epic maritime expeditions, commanding fleets that dwarfed those of Europe, reaching as far as Africa. These voyages symbolized China's strength and influence, projecting its power across distant seas. Domestically, the Ming achieved remarkable feats, including the construction of the Forbidden City, an architectural marvel that housed the imperial court. Yet, behind this grandeur lay growing challenges. Corruption, famines, and external threats slowly eroded the Ming's stability. How did this once mighty dynasty confront its eventual decline? As the Ming dynasty faltered, the stage was set for a dramatic shift. Coming up, we'll uncover the rise of the Qing dynasty and its profound impact on modern China. The Qing dynasty, founded by the Manchus in 1644, marked the final chapter of Imperial China. While it began with remarkable success, expanding China's borders to unprecedented size, it also faced significant challenges that would ultimately lead to its fall. Did you know that the Qing dynasty presided over one of the most diverse populations in Chinese history, governing over a vast mosaic of ethnicities and cultures? The early Qing emperors, such as Kangxi and Qianlong, were exceptional leaders who brought stability, prosperity, and cultural flourishing. Their reigns saw advancements in art, literature, and science. However, as the dynasty progressed, cracks began to form. Internal corruption, peasant uprisings, and a rigid resistance to modernization made it difficult for the Qing to adapt to a rapidly changing world. The Opium Wars in the 19th century marked a turning point, exposing China to Western imperialism and forcing it into unequal treaties. This era of humiliation left a deep scar on the Chinese psyche. How did the Qing try to reclaim their dignity, and what lessons did this tumultuous period teach the nation? Next, we'll enter the dawn of a new era as the Qing collapses, paving the way for revolutionary changes that would shape modern China. By the early 20th century, the Qing dynasty was a shadow of its former self. Beset by internal strife and external aggression, it collapsed in 1912, marking the end of over 2 millennia of imperial rule. The fall of the Qing gave rise to the Republic of China, an era filled with both hope and turbulence. The revolutionary leader Sun Yat-sen senator emerged as a symbol of change, advocating for nationalism, democracy, and the livelihood of the people. However, unifying a nation as vast and complex as China proved to be a daunting task. Warlord factions, foreign interventions, and ideological divisions tore the republic apart. Did you know that this period also saw the rise of the Chinese Communist Party, which would eventually play a pivotal role in the nation's future? Amidst the chaos, the seeds of modernity were sown. China began to embrace new technologies, ideologies, and industries, setting the stage for profound transformation. How did this fractured era give rise to the China we know today? Coming up, we'll explore the monumental 20th century events that shaped China's path to becoming a global powerhouse in the modern era. The chaotic years of the early 20th century set the stage for one of the most extraordinary transformations in human history. After decades of turmoil, the Chinese Communist Party, led by Mao Zedong, came to power in 1949, marking the birth of the People's Republic of China. Did you know that Mao's vision of a communist society dramatically reshaped every aspect of Chinese life, from land reforms to the Cultural Revolution? Under Mao, China underwent significant industrialization and collectivization, but the path was fraught with hardship. The Great Leap Forward and the Cultural Revolution brought suffering and political upheaval. However, the nation's resilience prevailed, and after Mao's death, Deng Xiaoping introduced market reforms that would propel China onto the world stage. The country embraced a unique blend of socialism and capitalism, leading to an unprecedented economic boom. Today, China stands as a global economic powerhouse, playing a central role in world politics, trade, and technology. Its rapid rise challenges old paradigms, and the questions surrounding its future continue to captivate the world. How will China navigate its newfound influence in an increasingly interconnected world? The story of China is far from over. From the ancient wisdom of Confucianism to the awe-inspiring rise of the Qing dynasty, we've traveled through millennia of cultural evolution, innovation, and struggle. But as we close this chapter of history, one question remains: how will China continue to shape the future? As a rising global power, China is poised to redefine the 21st century. From its technological advances to its growing influence in global politics, the world is watching. So, what do you think? Will China's history of resilience and reinvention pave the way for an even brighter future? What are the untold stories and hidden secrets of China that you're curious to uncover next? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. What historical moments or civilizations do you want us to explore next in the Great Chronicles YouTube channel? Is there a particular dynasty, event, or cultural transformation that you think deserves a deeper dive? Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss our future journeys into the past, present, and beyond, because the stories that have shaped our world are far from over.